What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DMV back with another one. It's nighttime. I'm getting ready to head home. I ain't gonna sit here and hold y'all. The fight weekend took a lot out of me. It was a different experience. It's not my first fight weekend in Vegas. I've been out here before. I was out here for Wilder Fury 3, and I was also at out in New York at Tank versus Rolly. So this was my third fight experience. I guess this is my first super fight, and it was electric. The atmosphere was absolutely electric. Um, I want to say that the fight lived up to the hype, and it did action wise. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely got the stoppage that we kind of were predicting. I thought, and I said it on CBT on the show, the right after the weigh-in, that I thought Bud was going to get the seventh round stoppage. I was almost there. He dropped him twice in the seventh round, but it was just some deficiencies in Errol Spence's game that I've seen over the years, specifically post accident. And this isn't making an excuse, and this isn't taking away from Terence Crawford's performance. He had an excellent performance. He had an excellent performance last night, and he was on another level. He was better than I'd ever seen him look, and he took this matchup very, very personal. And it looks like they did their homework. And in my opinion, I don't think that Errol Spence was. I don't believe that he was prepared enough for this matchup, or I don't think that he knew what he was getting into. I really don't. I think that they looked at him as if he was just another champion with the belt, and they were going to steamroll him. They were just going to be bigger than him. They wouldn't be stronger than him. He wouldn't be able to take. Um, he wouldn't be able to take the onslaught or the offense or the body punches from Spence. And it doesn't look like they really accounted for the fact that this man had 10 stoppages in a row, and that if you get into his wheelhouse, that he can hurt you. I don't think that they were prepared for that. I don't think that they were prepared for Bud to really just stand up to Spence the way that he did. I don't think they were prepared for that. And it showed. It showed that they had one game plan. Spence never changed his look up, and it, to his detriment, a guy like Crawford, who has the skills that he does, the reflexes that he does. If you're going to continue to do the same things, he's just going to pick you off. He's going to pick you off like he picks off everybody else eventually. And it wasn't very long that we seen him switch into southpaw, but it was, like, there's this misconception that he'll switch to southpaw if he's in trouble, and sometimes it's controlled. And I think that once he switched to southpaw, he was able to kind of control what Spence did. Some of the deficiencies that Spence has is when he throws that overhand left. Um, there's nothing to guard a right hook coming right back at you. So if you're a dominant right hand southpaw, that's actually what I work on in the gym. I'm a dominant right hand southpaw. Bud can lean in on the jab when he was timing him. He could also, like Bomac said, turn that into a hook, and it was a weapon. Not only that, but he was able to time the jab, slip it, and shoot the left hook over top of it. And Errol Spence just had no answer. It was just an onslaught, man. It really was. And you know, I think that his team should strongly consider this being his last fight, in my opinion. Um, I personally have said this, and I don't know if I've said this on my channel, but I just feel like his reflexes post accident, they're nowhere close to the same. If you just go watch the Porter fight, go watch the Kell Brook fight, and then go watch the fights after the accident. Go watch Danny Garcia. Go watch Ugas. The same flaws showed up last night, and they're going to be the same flaws that show up if he moves up to 54, if they do a rematch. And he's going to get beat worse. He's going to get beat worse. The referee did an excellent job jumping in when he did. He could have jumped in maybe in the seventh round. The seventh round was getting pretty ugly. Um, I think everybody there, and I'm just speaking for the atmosphere, I think everybody there knew that Errol Spence didn't have a chance after round after round two, it was very, very evident when Bud stood him up and tossed him across the ring. I mean, he just looked like the smaller man. Bud looked like the stronger man. He was stronger, he was faster, he was smarter. There wasn't anything that Errol Spence could do. Even the best, maybe the best version of him, couldn't handle what he saw last night. Bud really didn't even have to move. He just stood right in front of him the entire time. Stood right in front of him. And one thing that I thought that was intriguing was the fact that when he did go to Southpaw, because Spence is a Southpaw, traditional Southpaw, Bud actually went to a shell out of the Southpaw position and was able to pick his shots off. And I mean, I want to say that maybe Spence landed two significant punches the entire fight. And with those two significant punches, shit, one of them he got dropped. He got dropped with the right hook in the seventh round. Uh, right up underneath, like I thought he would. Right up underneath that overhand left that you could see coming from a mile away. Now Bud did take a shot on it, but during that time, Spence got the worst of it. Then he was able to double up on that right hand, set him down again. He dropped him three times, and yeah, I mean, it was pretty ugly. What's next for Bud is, I mean, if it's not an immediate rematch, which it shouldn't be, I think Boots. I think he should get Boots out the way. I think that's a fight that should happen. And Errol Spence, I think there's some options for him. If he wants to move up, he can move up if he continues to fight. But I think his team should strongly consider, hanging it up at least for now, until he can really do some things to see if he can get some of them cognitive skills back. Because in my opinion, the reflexes are off, and like he kept saying, the timing was off. The timing was off because his reaction isn't what it was. So, you know, but big up Spence. He didn't have to take this fight. He could have moved up a long time ago. This was something that he wanted to do, and he did it. And he was a big part of why this event happened. And when you look at the event as a whole, I think that the myth that black on black fighters not being able to sell, not being able to be a draw, this fight right here just smacked that myth in the face. And I think that not only is it just a black on black event thing, but it's getting the best versus the best and showing that that's what sells. Ryan the Tank set the tone. This fight probably outdid that one. I don't know if it outsold it or not. I don't know anything about the numbers right now, but I think that those myths were put to bed. I think we'll start to see more matchups that we want to see. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. And I'm out. Peace.